All right, let's talk about that feeling. That little knot of panic you get in your stomach when you open Google Search Console and see a massive list of pages with some weird status. If that sounds familiar, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to decode a message that causes so much anxiety, but I promise you, it's usually not the bad guy it seems to be.
Okay, let's just jump right in. This is probably the exact message that brought you here, right? Alternate page with proper canonical tag. I mean, it's listed under why pages aren't indexed, which, let's be honest, sounds terrifying. But here's the thing, and this is the big secret, we're gonna break down what this actually means. And you'll see why most of the time it's a sign that your website is doing just fine. So, first things first, just take a deep breath. Seriously, this is not an error message. It's just a status update. Think of it more like a little note from Google. It's basically Google saying, hey, just a heads up, we found some duplicate pages on your site, but don't worry, we totally get what you want us to do with them.
Yeah, what's really going on here is Google is kind of tapping you on the shoulder and saying, look, I found two versions of this page, but I can see you clearly marked which one is the real deal, the master copy. So I went ahead and indexed that one and just ignore the other. We're all good. It's literally Google cleaning up your site for you, which is, amazing for your SEO.
Okay, so to really understand why this is such a good thing, we have to talk about the tool that makes all of this possible. It's this powerful little thing at the heart of the whole process. Let's dive into the canonical tag.
The easiest way to think about it is like a signpost. You put this little snippet of code on any duplicate page, and it points all the search engines and all that juicy ranking power back to the one true original page, the one you actually want to show up in search results. It's you officially telling Google, this one's the master copy. And this is where it gets really cool, because these tags aren't just about keeping things neat and tidy. They are actively working to boost your SEO. For starters, they get rid of any confusion Google might have about duplicate content. Second, and this one is a huge deal, they consolidate all your link equity. You can think of that like ranking power or popularity points. So instead of having that power split across 5 different URLs, it all gets funneled into that one master page, making it way, way stronger. And finally, it helps Google crawl your site more efficiently, which means it finds your awesome new stuff faster. All right, so now we know canonicals are a strategic tool, not a problem. So let's look at the most common, totally harmless reasons you're probably seeing this message in your Search Console. I think you'll see pretty quickly why it's usually nothing to worry about. To put it simply, Google is just confirming that everything is working exactly like it's supposed to. It's like a receipt. It's Google saying, yep, we found this other page, we saw the canonical signpost you left for us, and we followed it right to the main page just like you wanted. See, it's a confirmation, not a complaint. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Look at that Shopify example. You might have a red mug in a sale collection, which creates that long, specific URL. But the canonical tag is smart. It points right back to the main product page. Same thing with Blogger. You know how it automatically slaps that $M=1 on the end for the mobile version? In both cases, the system is doing its job perfectly and preventing duplicate content issues. You're also going to see this message pop up for a bunch of other common reasons. Think about URL parameters, like when you're tracking a marketing campaign with a UTM_source tag, or on an e-commerce site when someone sorts products by price or filters by size. Even things like paginated pages, page 1, page 2, page 3, or those old school print-friendly versions of a page, they're all super common and totally harmless causes. Okay, so we've established that 99% of the time, this message is actually good news. But what about that other 1%? How do you know if your situation is perfectly normal or if you've stumbled upon a real problem that you actually need to fix? This right here, this is your simple checklist. Think of it as a little decision tree. If your situation fits in that no action needed column, the canonical tag points where it's supposed to, the duplicate is there on purpose, and Google gets it, then you can just relax. But if you find yourself looking at the action needed column, maybe the canonical points to the wrong page, or worse, the alternate page is actually unique and should be indexed, well, then it's time to dig in and do a little investigating. But hey, don't worry. Even if you do need to take action, it's really not that complicated. I'm going to walk you through a super straightforward 3-step process to figure out what's wrong and how to fix it, all inside the tool you're probably already looking at. So it all goes down right inside Google Search Console. Step 1, just grab one of those URLs from the report and pop it into the URL inspection tool right at the top of the page. Easy. Step 2, When the report loads up, scroll down to the indexing section. Now, here's the important part. You're going to see two things. The user-declared canonical, that's what you said, and the Google-selected canonical, that's what Google decided. If those two don't match up, or if they're pointing somewhere totally random, well, you've found your problem.
So how do you fix it? The name of the game is sending clearer, more consistent signals to Google. The most direct fix, obviously, is to just correct that HTML canonical tag on the page. But don't just stop there. You want to really strengthen those signals. Make sure all your internal links point to the right version. Double-check your sitemap to make sure only the master URLs are in there. And for any pages that really just shouldn't exist anymore, a 301 redirect is absolutely your best friend. Really, the biggest takeaway here is all about shifting your mindset. Stop seeing this message as a scary red flag. Instead, see it as proof that a super powerful SEO tool, the Canonical Tag, is actually working for you. This is a feature that gives you, the website owner, control over how your content is seen and valued by Google. It's not reactive damage control, it's proactive SEO. So there you have it. You've got the knowledge now. The next time you see that message, you're not going to feel that panic. You're going to feel empowered. So go on, open up your Search Console with confidence. Now you can check and make sure your canonicals are working for you, not against you, and that your best content is getting all the credit it deserves. You got this.